In the previous video, I showed the machining operations for making these trophies. The Maple Leaf Shootout tractor pull is a fundraiser. This year it was for a gentleman who has cancer, and a good deal of the proceeds are being sent to him and his family. So I have a true black stain here. I chose a stain instead of a paint. It's a lot thinner, and because I'm using stain on the rest of it, this is an oil base, the rest of it will be an alcohol based stain. I think one's alcohol based, the other's water based. I can't remember, but at any rate, I'm going to paint the outside edge of this and the chamfer. Okay. Try not to get too much on the face of it. Most of it should come off if I sand it anyway, but I want to just get the tip of it wet. Try to keep that face down if I can, so that if I have any drips, they'll run onto the back side. Try to minimize the amount of runs that I have onto the front. This is a flat black, has no gloss in it whatsoever, so doesn't really matter, but it'll take on whatever the texture, gloss, flat, matte, whatever you have of the clear coat goes over the top. So that's the way the front looks, and of course that's the way the back looks. So got the finish on it, the edges, and it's dried. Going to sand it off and get the surfaces clear. One thing I want you to notice is that on the front here, where it has that chamfer around the edge, it'll, from the front, leave a dark outline around the front here. So I'm going to take 80 grit, do both sides of it, 80 grit, and then the front side will also get 120 on it. After that, I should be ready to do the surface staining. Okay, so that'll be the surface that I stain. I think a 120 grit will probably get me better penetration than if I went to a 220 or 320. Notice that it leaves that outline around here. And the other thing I want to mention is that this wood has somewhat open grain. It's not the most open out there, but it's somewhat open. So by using the vacuum from the dust collector to pull the dust in, helps to pull anything out that might be packing up inside of the grain, and just makes it have a cleaner finish on it. I'm going to just wipe on a coat of this orange. Dries very quickly with that alcohol on it, so you can't let it puddle. This color will get lighter as it dries. I'll show you what they look like when it's dry. So I don't know if you can see the surface of these, but with the light at just that angle, I can see that each one of these has a nice even coat on it. And because they're laying flat, there will be no drips. So I'm going to let these set up, and once they're dry, I can handle them probably within an hour, but I'm going to let them set overnight, and tomorrow I'll go ahead and put the labels on them. I think the finish came out pretty good. You can see the orange has a little bit of streakedness in it, which is what you would expect in a leaf. We'll see. We'll let them dry and see what they look like. I thought I'd show you the difference between finished and unfinished, putting the lacquer on them. The difference in the color. This one here just has the stain on it, and this one here has the finish. You can tell it's shinier, of course, but you'll also notice that it darkens up a little bit. The pinkish tint in this one fades and it becomes more orange. So I think I got that stain about the way that I wanted it. So now, let's put those labels on. So, I've made a fixture here that will give me the location that centers, that puts the label exactly where I want it. So what I need to do is I need to measure, find the center line. And the center line would be the point of the top up here. And I need to mark it 1/2 inch up from the bottom. Okay. And that mark will then align with this center line mark on the fixture. So I'll place it in the fixture. so that that mark is on the center line. And then I'm going to slip this under it to hold it tight in the fixture so it can't move. Okay? And then I'll take one of the labels. Here's a label. They're self-adhesive. I'll need to remove the adhesive. Then I will align the label with this end of the fixture, and then I can then rotate it down carefully and get it centered, and it should be done. Well, that's them. That's all 16 of them. Let them dry just a little bit, and then I'll deliver them. In the first video, I told you that the sled operator had promised that we could take a ride on the sled with the camera. So I have 2 clips of that. The first one, you're going to be right at the back of the sled looking at the tractor. The second one, you'll be mounted up on the sled, and you can see how the weight box works and how the wheels engage and lift it so that it can be moved, and a few other details like that. But anyway, here we go.
Up next on the red sled, sled number 1, the 8006 Deutz Little Round Up. The red sled, sled number 1, once again, it's Mark Aiken at a Neo show in his 8006 Deutz Little Wound Up. Up next here on sled number 2, the orange sled will be 9000 Pro Field Tractor. All right, waiting for the green. We're green, we're green. And Mark Aiken is about to go. Gotta get a selfie. Oh, put your hands together for Mark Aiken in his 8006 Deutz Little Wound Up. 149. Got a distance of 340.49.
ended up being 90 hooks or individual vehicles in the competition. Here are a couple of the individuals who won their class divisions. Also shown here is one of the finished trophies. I really was glad that I got to participate in this small way in this very worthy cause. I do appreciate you watching. If you'd leave me a comment, I'll answer any questions you have. And I hope you have nothing less than a wonderful day.